Hey, it's Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to show you the actual cost for $10,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 71-year-old female. Now, first thing you need to understand is you can go directly to our website at funeralfunds.com. We've got these quotas on just about every page. Just click the state that you live in, and we are licensed in all 50 states. Click the coverage amount you're looking for, fill in your birthday, the rest of the information, click Get Quotes Now. It will take you to a page that's going to show you all the best insurance companies in your state and all the best pricing, and you can be a super well-educated consumer, and that is good for you. You can also call us at our toll-free number, 888-862-9456, and one of our agents can help you or get you pricing. Now, the first thing you need to understand if you're a 71-year-old female is $10,000 going to be enough for your final expense needs? Now, if you're looking at getting cremated, the average cost of a cremation right now in the United States is between $1,000 to $2,000. Now, that's just if you come home in a cardboard box or an urn. Now, if you're going to have some sort of celebration of life ceremony or remembrance ceremony in addition to the cremation, that's probably going to be around $3,500 to $4,500. So if you got a $10,000 policy right now, you're probably in pretty good shape. Now, if you're looking for a policy, we might recommend $10,000, but typically if you're just going to have that cremation where you come home in a cardboard box and urn, we would typically recommend between $5,000 to $7,000, just because if you're age 71, you probably want to make it to age 81, maybe 91. And we just want to make sure that there's enough coverage there so that as prices go up over time due to inflation, there's always going to be enough money there. And if you die a little bit sooner, there's just a little extra money to pay for some other final expenses that may pop up, medical bills, things like that. Now, if you're going to be buried, the average cost of a burial right now in the United States is right at around $10,000. Now, I can tell you one thing, that's not going to be a fancy funeral. Yeah, it's going to be pretty modest. But we can't imagine there's really many funeral homes in the United States where if you walk in with a $10,000 check, they would say, nah, we can't do it, and let that check walk down the road to their competitors. Just understand it's going to be very simple, very meager. So typically for a 71-year-old female, we're typically recommending somewhere between $10,000, $15,000, or maybe even $20,000. And just keep in mind that you don't have to get $20,000. Most of the folks that we work with are on a fixed or limited income, and we tell them, get what you can afford. If you can only afford $10,000, get it right now, because that means your family won't have to pay it. And you can always add more coverage later. We can always help you with that. So if money's tight, just get this insurance, and we can kind of help you formulate a plan for later in life too. So don't feel obligated to get massive amounts of insurance. And we don't recommend you get a whole bunch of extra insurance to give to family members either, like children, because at age 71, looking at like $25,000, $35,000 worth of insurance can get expensive. And we want you to get a policy that you can afford forever. And also, we would probably just prefer you actually save the money on your end and spend it on your family while you're alive. That way you've got those memories. They'll have those memories as long as they're alive. And we think that's just a better use of your money than giving it all away to your insurance company. But do get enough to cover your basic needs. Now, one thing we always recommend is getting first day coverage or benefits, and that's all we help people with at Funeral Funds of America. So the reason that's so important is that if you had a policy that was first day coverage and it was approved today and you died tomorrow, they'd pay out the death benefit. And that is very different than a 2-year waiting period plan where they're not going to pay any death benefit for the first 2 years if you die of any health or medical reason. So we don't recommend 2-year waiting periods. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. But a lot of the people looking for first day coverage would say, yeah, I really want that first day coverage, but I've kind of got some health issues going on and I'm worried I won't qualify. To which we say, hey, your qualifying is our problem. It's not your problem. We work with enough different insurance companies that all of them have different underwriting requirements, and we can typically get people first day coverage or benefits. And we get that done around 90 to 95% of the time. So we're good at what we do. Now, The only reason you wouldn't qualify for first day coverage is if you had some really significant health issues going on, like you had a terminal illness and you're going to pass away in the next 12 months, or you had dementia, or you were on dialysis, or you were in a hospital, or you were in a nursing home. If that were the case where you had something really significant going on, we'd probably refer you out to a different company. The other thing that happens, seems like on a weekly basis, is we'll get somebody that will call us and that will say, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week, and they don't have any insurance and we don't have any money. Their body's down at the funeral home. The funeral home director's not going to do anything until he gets a check. So we need to get this insurance really quick so we can get a check, so we can get a check to the funeral home. And we have to let them know that there is no life insurance company in the United States that will issue a life insurance policy to somebody who's already dead. And it's just really sad that somebody passed away. They knew they were going to die someday. They thought they'd get this insurance someday. And then someday showed up and they hadn't done anything. And now their family's not only suffering financially because they don't have the money, but they're suffering emotionally, trying to figure this out while that body's down at the funeral home. So what a terrible, rotten thing to do, to leave your family in that situation. This insurance is not that expensive. Get it while you can. You got to get it while you're alive. And again, if you can't afford massive amounts of insurance, just get what you can afford, because something is better than nothing for your family. So don't be that person. Don't be that person that burdens your family with this. That is not a legacy you want to leave behind. And every time your name comes up, people think of that instead of all the great times they had with you before your death. So don't do that. Now, the one thing we don't recommend is 2-year waiting period plans. Now, Colonial Penn is a fairly well-known one. Their $9.95 plan, that's a 2-year waiting period plan. Yikes, right? You probably didn't realize that when you saw that TV commercial. There's other companies out there too that are 2-year waiting periods. That'd be like Mutual of Omaha, their United Omaha product, AIG Gerber. There's other companies out there too where the only thing they sell is a 2-year waiting period plan. And some of these companies have done an amazing job of convincing the American public that the only thing that they can qualify for if they're over age 50 is a 2-year waiting period plan. To which we go, don't be suckers. That is, nothing could be further from the truth, because that's all we do is help people with first day coverage. So don't fall for that tricky marketing. It's not true. So let's take a look here. Now, Colonial Penn, their $9.95 plan. A lot of 71-year-old females would think, oh, for $9.95, I can probably get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 even possibly. And then and then they call Colonial Penn and or talk with somebody or go on their website like we've done here. Female age 71, $9.95, 1 unit, $949. That's not even enough to pay for a cremation that we're aware of. Gosh, probably anywhere in the United States. And it doesn't even really matter because it's got a 2-year waiting period, and it's not going to pay out a penny if you die of a health or medical reason in the next 2 years. And then that $949 isn't going to be worth $949 in 2 years. So why would you do that? So Colonial Penn, they've got per unit pricing. You know, if we're looking at $10,000, you're not going to be able to get $10,000 worth of insurance on the nose, because this per unit pricing kind of gives you a wackadoodle numbers like $949. Let's take a look at what 10 units would be. I think that'll get us pretty close. $9,490 for 99. Let's bump it up to 11. So 11 will get you $10,439. It's going to be $110. That's as close as we'll get to 10,000. But let's take a look at what $10,000 would be in first day coverage. Here we go. I'm going to change this. $10,000 right here. Female, age 71. Get a quote. Remember, Colonial Penn, $10,000, roughly $110. Here we go. $55. Half price sale. So Trinity Life Insurance Company, they're a great company. We work with them. We love them. Easy qualification. You get same-day approvals over the phone when you go through us. And level coverage means first-day coverage. So let's look at the pricing here. Again, Colonial Penn's right around 110 and Trinity Life right around 55. So Colonial Penn is roughly, it looks like it's right about 200% higher than first day coverage. And you get to overpay on that policy for the rest of your life if you go through Colonial Penn. And it's got a 2-year waiting period. I don't know. Doesn't make much sense. So if we look at this, this is 55 versus 109. That's roughly $54 a month. That is right around $650 a year or more. Just roughly after 10 years, that would be roughly $6,500 more for a Colonial Penn than a first day coverage. And that's roughly $6,500 more on a $10,000 policy. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful. And getting the best rates is so important. You know, why would you overpay roughly $6,500? We'd rather see you keep that money in your own pocket, spend it on your family and loved ones while you're alive. You'll have those memories and they'll have those memories for the rest of their life. So yeah, just be a smart shopper. You know, reach out to us at Funeral Funds. We can help you be a smart shopper. Let's look at a couple other companies, maybe one or something. Find somebody that advertises quite a bit. Oh yeah, here we go. Lincoln Heritage. They're a fine company, I guess. They're more expensive. Yikes. And level coverage. So first day coverage, that's good. But you notice their price is higher. And they've got a thing where when you pass away, they will call 2 or 3 different funeral homes type thing and maybe do a couple other things and supposedly get you the lowest pricing, you know, when you pass away. But it's not a free service. It costs extra money. And it's roughly right around 82. Let's go look at that difference here. $82 to $55. I'm just going to say that's roughly $30. That's within $2 or $3. So roughly $30 more a month. That would be an extra $360 a year, roughly. And after 10 years, that would be roughly an additional $3,600, roundabout. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth paying a company an extra $3,600, roughly, to make 2 or 3 phone calls? Maybe do a couple other things for what's maybe an hour or so work? Most people would say that's pretty expensive. We recommend you keep that money in your own pocket, not give it to an insurance company. So how we help people is we have a free funeral and estate planning guide. We provide that free of charge. And you just fill that out, who gets what goes where, and you know what you want done after you're gone, cremation, burial. You just list everything out in detail, keep that with your insurance policy. Now when you pass away, your loved ones and family are not only protected financially with the insurance policy, but also emotionally with that funeral and estate planning guide, because now they don't have to worry about a thing. Everything that you wanted done is written down. All they got to do is execute your wishes. And that's like the ultimate gift of love, that while you're alive, you would plan for something for when you're gone, just so that they wouldn't have to worry about it and they could have that peace of mind. That is the ultimate gift of love, protecting them financially and emotionally. So you'll be able to see all these different companies. And if you have any questions, we can certainly help you out here. But yeah, give us a call. We can help you get approved with these companies. And go to our website. Again, you can use our free quoter. You can call us toll free, 888-862-9456. Talk with one of our agents. And if you've got an existing policy and you just want to price shop it or add coverage to it, we can help you out there. And if you're looking for a brand new policy, we can help you out there. And if you just want some information or some help or want to know some details, we can help you out there. So we look forward to when that day comes, when we do get to meet you and talk with you and help you out with this. Until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.